Hey everybody, Bonnie Donahue here from Essential Oils for Moms on Facebook and bonniedonahue.com. And I am here for another episode of Storytime with Essential Oils for Moms. And I have a beautiful guest speaker today and wellness advocate on our team. I'm just super excited to introduce this beautiful mom. She's super sweet. She's from Australia. You can tell she's glowing, beautiful, thriving. She's super energetic, committed, driven. She's loving what she's doing. She's having a lot of fun, making a difference, and changing a lot of lives. So I am really excited to introduce you to Tamara, to our video and our episode. And you guys probably heard a little bit about her yesterday when we were talking to Shane, because she kept talking about Tamara, and they are the dynamic duo. So now you can meet the other half of the dynamic duo, and I'm just really excited for you guys to meet her because she has a really awesome oil story and business story. So she is like growing like leaps and bounds in Australia and just really, really thriving with her business and with her own family using the oil. So Tamara, please introduce yourself and share a little bit about you and where you're from and how you got started with oils.
Thanks, Bonnie. Way to give a girl a big head. Okay, so gosh, how I got started. I used to follow Nikki, who's my direct upline, on YouTube for homeschooling videos. So I went on the homeschool journey with my two daughters, who were about to clock over to 8 and 10. So I followed her for all inspiration, and then one day I started seeing her, drip essential oils into her newsfeed. And I was like, eh. And then I eventually did jump onto one of her live classes. I was like, oh my gosh. So there's several things that kind of go along with this story. So we might branch off a little bit here. So when I jumped onto Nikki's live class, I was like, this is the answer I've been looking for. I have quite a few health issues, and I'd sort of come to the end of my road of what now? Like nothing else is really helping me. I'm spending a lot of money and not really getting any results. So I just launched out and I bought the Home Essentials kit. Being that Nikki's in America and I'm in Australia, she wasn't able to sample me. I was very new to essential oils. I had never really tried them before. And then straight away she messaged me and said, "Ooh, do you want to be a wellness advocate in Australia?" I was like, "Oh, I'm not really sure about that." But at the same time, being homeschooling my children, I had recently just come into only a single income through separation. So I was sitting here praying to God going, what can I do from home that will, allow me to still be with my children and homeschool them and still be able to bring in some form of an income. So I'm a true believer that everything happens when it's meant to and in God's time generally. So that kind of fell into place at the right time. So not only did it put me on my essential oil journey of health and to help me with my issues, I also had that great business opportunity. So it took me about 3 weeks with looking into the business opportunity and going, oh, I'm not really sure, because I had been in network marketing beforehand and I just had a bad taste in my mouth about it, and or holding parties. And Australians are very against parties. I'll just tell you that right now. And so I was researching and watching all you guys' videos and stuff, and it's funny, Nikki came to me and she went, if you wait until you know everything, you'll be dead before you get started. All right, okay, point taken. I'll just... I'm generally a natural sharer anyway, and I've always been that way. So if I find a product that I love and I find to be effective, I just naturally share that. So my favorite sport is talking. And so that's what I do. No matter where I am talking to people. So it was really easy for me to start sharing doTERRA in a natural and organic way. And because I am a natural helper, I just love helping people. So I'm sharing and I'm helping people at the same time. And I just love it. It feels very natural to me. So, and at the same time with that, going down the business side of it, given the circumstances I had come out of, it was time for me to find who I was. So, I'm not just a mom. I was homeschooling my children. I had always been just raising my children, which is the best gift in the world. But who's Tamara? I'm not just a mum. That's just one of the hats that I wear. So going into the journey with doTERRA, it's pushed me outside of my comfort zone like you would not believe. And so the oils for anxiety and stress really are really big in my life. And it's allowed me to step outside that comfort zone and just grow as a person. So, and I guess that's one of the biggest things I love about doTERRA is that it is about personal growth. So it's just made a huge impact.
Thank you for saying that. Couple of things. So if we've done a few of these videos already, and Nikki's name has been mentioned in 2 of them. No, 3. So yours, Shane's, and then Jenny's. And so for the people listening, they're going to be like, who is Nikki? So I have her scheduled one day to come on. So then everyone will start kind of put the pieces together, and we're this
huge
team, and we help each other out. So they'll be able to see Nikki, and then they saw Shane, and just super awesome how all this happens. So let me ask you, I know this is personal, this was not even on the questions list, so get ready. But I loved what you said about finding yourself and personal growth. So can you just kind of like walk us through a little bit like how doTERRA has helped you kind of find yourself as a woman, maybe an identity, or like walk us through so we can kind of get inside your head. I'm sorry.
God. Okay. Totally. Left field there, Bonnie. Okay, well, I guess, gosh, how do I even begin that? Well, just to give you more of a background story, like that's really quite personal that I wasn't really planning on mentioning today, but I had quite recently separated from my husband. And so I was already on this emotional roller coaster. And I guess, doTERRA coming in at that right time, it gave me something positive to focus on, and I guess be able to help other people. So how it helped me grow as a person. The biggest thing for me is being pushed outside that comfort zone, because I was so used to being stuck in my own little bubble and how things were. So, even just going and educating people and hosting classes, and it's hard for me to explain how it's actually impacted me, because for me to even do my first class was a huge step outside my comfort zone. I was sat in front of 15 people for my first class, and I was jittering the whole way through. And so when you're put into a situation like that, and, willingly, obviously, but you do walk away from that a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident. And with the process that I took with doTERRA, even, with the team members I have underneath me and helping them grow their business and so forth, it does over time give you that extra confidence and that extra strength. And so the whole process has made me a stronger and more confident person. I couldn't tell you exactly still who I am, like the specifics. I just know that I am a better version of me. I have become a better mum. I guess I'm a lot happier. So for several reasons, from the health aspect, from helping people, and then from the business opportunity and that the commission that comes in that helps up with financial stress as well. So I'm not sure if that really answered your question as such.
I love it. That was perfect. And I think there's other moms out there that are going through the exact same thing. And I've heard like a common theme, especially when you are going through something. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a call here. When you're in the mindset of serving others, you feel really good about that. Like you're helping. It's not about you and what you're going through. It's like, how can I rise up, and how can I help others, and how can I make a difference in someone else's life? And through that, you are growing. You're getting outside your comfort zone. 15 people in a class, that's awesome. I mean, that's huge. And then you are stronger, you know, and you have to be, because now you've built this huge team and they're watching you, you know. I just love that what you said. And also that's one of my favorite quotes. I follow Matthew Kelly, and he says, your goal is always to be the better or the best version of yourself. And will we ever get there? I don't know, right? Because we're always going to be wanting to strive to get a little bit better. So I just love that. So thanks for sharing, and just pop that question in on you. You did awesome. So, okay, let's talk about something a little bit lighter then. Okay, so what are your top products from doTERRA?
Okay, how long do we have? Because for the last day, I've been trying to nut out in my head exactly what my top products are, and I just can't narrow it down. So I'm maybe just going to briefly run over quite a few, but like quickly. So I'm an endometriosis sufferer.
You have to be compliant.
Okay, yeah. So I have a lot of hormonal imbalances and issues that link into different organs in the body that affect that. So there's quite a few oils. That's part of the reason I got started on my oil journey, actually. So, you know, frankincense is one of my, and copaiba are two of my top oils. I take them daily internally because they help with mostly with inflammation for me. And then also, you know, I suffer from severe head discomfort where I do, you know, struggle with vision and light and noise and stuff like that. So again, frankincense and copaiba straight there to the roof of my mouth to aid in that, because it's great for the brain and the blood. Gosh. Ice Blue Rub. It's called Deep Blue Rub there, but Ice Blue Rub in Australia, because, you know, I run a small cleaning business as well. And so at the end of the day, I'm quite sore and worn out. So that's a top oil. I use the rub. That's top in our house, even for my children, from their daily sports activities and so forth. They're using that as well. The biggest emotional oil in our house is Balance. So my youngest, so she's nearly 8, she's really highly strung. Her father's Hungarian, if you know anything about headstrong Hungarians. And then, you know, she's got
Balance and Wild Orange over there.
Pretty much. So that's like one I smear on her constantly, and also for myself, because I do myself suffer from, you know, quite high anxiety and stress at times with the roller coaster of life. So that, and then Peace, the Peace Touch Roller. I use that now on all of us to sleep, you know, just under our feet, on our big toe and on our temples. And I've found since using that on all of us, it's because it's got vetiver in it, which is, you know, the natural tranquilizer, like nicknamed. It just knocks us out. We have such a great sleep. We just wake up a little bit more refreshed, all of us. So, yeah. So, and one thing I wanted to mention that my daughter asked me to mention is this little keychain, baby. Okay, and for those who are watching who may not know, it holds 8 little sample vials. Okay, so I take this everywhere with me. It's got my headache roller in there, peppermint to keep me alert. It's got the On Guard. It's got, you know, lavender and tea tree in there because we had a lot of mosquitoes, so a lot of mozzie bites. And my daughter, so my children have just recently gone back into mainstream school after 3 years. So our homeschooling journey came to a bit of a halt. And so my daughter asked to take one of these to school.
Oh, yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah, so she's only got a couple in there, like a headache roller and, you know, her lavender and her tea tree. I'm not actually sure what else she slipped in there. And she keeps that in her desk at school.
I love that. Are those the 1 milliliter rollers?
I've put, because they come with 3 ml vials.
Okay.
You have to fit a roller in there. I had to buy 2 ml rollers. So I've just got little 2 ml rollers in there that I do up for the kiddies. But again, as a mum, I love that I'm able to provide them with a natural alternative that they are allowed to take to school. Her teacher's right on board with it. We've literally replaced out everything in the home. Like, it's our first aid. you know, it's very rare that we will actually use over-the-counter medicines nowadays. So even because I run a cleaning business, so I can incorporate, and I do, the doTERRA essential oils into some of my cleaning, like for the clients that where I live. A lot of them are on grey water systems, so you can't use chemicals. So I have that option there for them.
Yeah.
I can just keep going and going. Like the lifelong vitality supplements, I can't live without them. The energy that I get from them is just incredible. So,
oh, perfect. I love that. Yes, everyone has talked about the lifelong vitality, which it does not get enough exposure for people. No. It's kind of like one of those things that they come into the oils and then they love the oils, they trust doTERRA, so they try the supplements, and then they're blown away by the supplements. And that's our number one top seller of all of our products. Of an essential oil company is our vitamins. So,
yeah, and I share that at classes, and people are like, "What?" Yeah, but that's just it. Like it took me a couple of months to even try the lifelong vitality supplements myself, because it was just like, oh, it's just another supplement. But once you realize like the effort that doTERRA went into to create these supplements to the high standard that they are, like that's what sets them apart. And that's obviously why it's the number one top selling product for an essential oil company.
Yeah, well, and they have oils in there too, so I love that. Okay, so you already mentioned how doTERRA has impacted your life. So what are your goals with doTERRA?
Just to keep rising. I mean, ideally, I would love to get to Presidential Diamond, but I like to do stepping stones. Mm-hmm. And so my first big stepping stone will be Diamond, definitely. And I think that's really easy and achievable to get to. I've gotten this far already. And, you know, I'm consistently still doing it because I love it so much.
Yeah. I love month after month. You're awesome. You are really exploding fast.
Thank you. And you know, I've got, especially with Shane, like she's just as passionate as what I am, and about educating people and about smashing our goals. And we're both like kind of high achievers. But for me, it's always about moving forward and not looking backwards. That's huge in my life. So I will always continue to do this because I love it. It helps me grow as a person. I get to educate people and help them. Yeah, I
love it.
So got Diamond. And the other thing, a big thing with doTERRA is that it's given me hope.
Oh.
And I think for you know, a lot of maybe single moms or whatever their circumstances may be, that can be one thing that can be lacking from our life is direction and hope. And even going to like the team, like your entire team, just that support. It's like a big family, a big support network, and it's just beautiful. It's like a big virtual hug.
Yes, I love our community, and we love the energy that you bring to it. You are like a huge part of it, and we've had to do like 6 a.m. here, like different online things to make the time work, and Saturday morning for you, Friday night for us, like. And it's just fun that you can just do this worldwide. And then your team, you can build in all different countries. You know, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
To mention to that again, that's one of the top things that people say when they do join, that they think they're buying just an oil, and they don't realize that soon their whole life is going to be changed. They have all new friends, a whole new community. Let's say they get the home essential kit for $275. For $275, now you've gained 100 friends. Or, you know, you don't realize all of the other benefits that come with getting your kit, you know.
Yeah, that's so right. Yeah. And I tell people that at my one-on-ones and my essential oil class, I'm like, you're stuck with me now. Like, you're going to constantly get the support of me and my team and all these amazing resources I'm going to give you to help you along your journey. And it's beautiful.
I love it. Yeah, we care about people. All right, last question. So if someone is listening here who's never tried essential oils, what would you say to them?
Just try it. Like, it's literally that simple. Like, what have you got to lose? What's the alternative? You just keep doing what you've always done. And what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So for me, like I said, I had never been sampled, never really tried essential oils before, didn't really know much about it. I just launched out and bought a home essentials kit, which in Australia is $330, by the way. That exchange rate is horrible. But it was literally the best thing that I could have done for myself and my family. And if I hadn't have done that, I would still be in the same position that I was, about a year ago. So one thing I did want to say is that husbands, I've found through talking with customers and people that husbands are generally the biggest skeptics.
Yeah.
And they take the longest to really understand and appreciate the effectiveness of it. And so my husband was exactly the same. He wasn't a big skeptic. He kind of just kept quiet about it, which is really unusual for him because he's very opinionated and likes to talk a lot. So I think it was a couple of weekends ago, I was down the Gold Coast, which is about 2 hours away, launching one of my new builders and running a big class down there for her. And so the girl's father were here with them and spending time. And when I came back, my mum actually come to me and she said to me, "You'll never believe it." So Steve went to take them out shopping, which normally, like, you don't take my girls shopping. It's like taking two screeching monkeys shopping. It's crazy. Like, they're either best friends or worst enemies. And so you can imagine how that goes. Before they left the house, he said to them, "Go and put your oils on."
I'm not bringing these girls out unless they have their oils.
For him to say that, "Go and put your oils on before I'll take you shopping," means he's noticed a change in the girls when how effective those oils are. And a further conversation to him about that, because I thought it was hilarious. He said it was the best shopping experience he had ever had with them. So
there you go. You want new things, go put your oils on.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that. That's a great story. Thank you so much for getting on. And I know it was crazy because it's Saturday morning there and like trying to get the kids out and all these different things. And so thank you for getting on. Thank you for sharing. You are seriously changing lives. You're making a huge impact on women all over the world and everyone watching this and all the things that all the people that haven't even come into your life yet. And I know that you will be diamond. I mean, you're almost there.
Yeah.
You're doing awesome. So thank you so much. And if you guys have comments, just please leave them and we will answer them after the episode. And we will be back later and we'll have Nikki on next. So you'll be able to hear from Nikki. Thank you so much, Tamara. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Bye.